Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Maths You Should Know. I am making a new video right now for you. We're on day 2 of division, and for some of us, division can be quite challenging. There's a lot of steps, and even today, I'm going to add one more step just to throw one more little wrench in. But then after today, I promise, no more wrenches and no more throwing anything, especially in math. Okay, so here we go. We've got a new problem. We've got find 54 divided by 6/10. Formed it right over here, and hopefully my cursor is showing up in the video. And right now the dividend is 54 as shown right here, and our divisor here is 6/10. Today in class we discussed that we need to get rid of the decimal over here. So one of my favorite things to do is bounce, sometimes bounce, bounce, and sometimes even bounce, bounce, bounce a decimal. So I'm going to bounce it one time. Bounce, boink, to get rid of it and change that to a whole number. It's 6 now. Now, we do it outside. I'm going to do it inside. We talked about that in class. And right now, I really don't see a decimal, but I'm going to add it. There we go. There she blows. And I'm going to bounce this one spot to the right, which means I now have to fill in this empty spot with a 0, because as you know, zeros are placeholders. So now we're really looking at what is 6 going into 54. 540 divided by 6. Okay, we can do this. Step 1, let's talk about, does 6 go into 5? 0 times, yeah. But does 6 go into 54? And yes, it does. It goes into that 9 times. So let's put our 9 up here. 6 times 9 is 54. Our next step, next step is to subtract. And 54 minus 54 is 0. Those of you that are following along in class know from yesterday and today that we're going to be bringing this 0 down because we haven't used it yet. There we go. And I need to think of a number times 6 that gives me 0. I think it's 0, yeah, which really, as we have explored math, we know really isn't a number at all. It's just some sort of placeholder. And that takes us to this spot where, hey, the bottom is 0, the last number that we subtracted is 0, and I'm looking up into the dividend. There's nothing left. That's one example. When I do another one, maybe a little bit harder, more bouncing. That's a little bit more fun for me anyway. All right, so here we go. Our question / problem is 7 thousandths divided by 25 thousandths. Step 1. Let's get rid of the decimal over in this divisor here by, oh wow, it's going to be so much fun. Bounce, bounce, bounce. And now I change that number to the whole number 25, and I could just get rid of those zeros if I, well, let's get rid of them anyway. There we go. Get rid of that. Her. Ta-da. Let's have 25. If I bounce, bounce, bounced on the outside, I'm going to bounce, bounce, bounce on the inside. Bounce, bounce, and bounce. That puts my decimal right there, which means the decimal comes up here. Let's bring a new one in. Got it. Fantastic. Okay. Now I got to figure out 25 into 0, 0. 25 into 0, 0, 0, 0. A lot of zeros. But how about we go to this whole number here, the 7. Let's work right there. How many times does 25 go into 7 without going over? Well, it goes in 0 times. There we go. 25 times 0 is 0. Then I can subtract 7 from 0, which is 7. All right. Oh, that's a small number. What do I do next? Okay, well, I could bring down from this spot, I could add a 0 because, hey, it's just a placeholder, and bring it down to help me out. There we go. To make that 70. So now I have to think about a number times 25 that gives me 20 or 70 without going over. I don't want to go over. So how about 25 times 3? That's 75. That's too much. How about 25 times 2? Yeah. Multiply that and put that up there. Times 2. That equals 50. Not quite 70, but we're getting there. It's got somewhat close. Now I can subtract. 70 minus 50 is 20. And since I don't have that 0 yet, I knew I need to keep going. Why don't we just add a 0 up here in the dividend? They're free. And bring it down. Great. 200. So now I need to figure out, and I guess if I had a handy dandy calculator, I could really quickly get into this. 25 times some number that gives me 200. Let's try 8. 25 times 8. Yeah, that's 200. So I'm going to put an 8 up here. Okay? And that equals 200. And if I do some simple subtraction, that comes out to 0. When I see a 0 down there and there are no more numbers left up here in the dividend, I know I'm done. There are two great examples of how to divide decimals by decimals. Feel free always to email me. Hey, like or subscribe to the channel if you got some great information here or just some good information. And maybe next time, definitely next time, I am going to be having someone help me out to make this video. Hey, thanks so much and take care.